Authentication and authorization are two critical concepts in information security and access control. They help ensure that only authorized users can access specific resources, protecting sensitive data and system. So let's see what is authentication and authorization. Basically, authentication is a process of verifying the identity of a user, system, or entity. It's a first step in a security process where a user proves that they are who they claims to be. So the methods of authentication are username and password. It's a most common form where users provide a username and password. The system checks if these credentials match those stored in database. And two-factor authentication, an added layer of security. It requires two forms of verification, something the user no example password and something the user has like smartphone app generating a code. Then the biometric, verifying a user's identity based on unique physical characteristics like fingerprints, facial recognition, and all. So then a token-based authentication, which involves generating a unique token after user successfully log in, such as like JWT or OAuth tokens, which is used for subsequent request. Then single sign-on, it's another method, a method where users authenticate once to gain access to multiple systems without needing to log in again for each one. So these are the some of methods used for authentication. And the process for authentication is users provide credentials like username and password. Then system checks credentials against stored information. If the credential matches, the user is authenticated. If not, access is denied. So, what is authorization? So, authorization is the process of determining what actions or resources can authenticated user allow to access. While authentication answers the question, "Who are you?" and the authorization answers, "What are you allowed to do?" So, when it comes to authorization, methods are like role based access control, like RBAC. Users are assigned to some roles like admin, user, guest, and all. And each role has associated permissions to access certain resources or perform specific action. This simplifies management as users inherit permission based on their role. Then mandatory access control, DAC, or like the owner of resources. The DAC means uh, the owner of resources decides who can access it. It's more flexible but can be more difficult to manage in large system. And mandatory access control MAC access decision are made based on predefined policies, not by resource owners. It's more restrictive and often used in environment that requires high level of security, example military system. And attribute based access control uses policies that combine attributes such as user characteristics, environmental factors, or resource property to determine access. These are some of the methods for authorization. So the key difference between authentication and authorization is like authentication verifies who you are, confirms identity of the users, occurs before authorization. Then authorization is like defines what you can do, grants access to specific resources, and occurs after authentication. So why authentication and authorization matters? So, protecting sensitive data, like authentication ensures that only the rightful user is accessing sensitive data, and authorization ensures that even if someone is authenticated, they can only access the resource they are permitted to. And system integrity, authentication and authorization ensures that right people have access to the right part of the system by controlling what users can and cannot do. And without proper control, malicious actors could alter system setting, steal data, or cause disruptions. Maintaining compliance with regulation. Many industries have strict regulations around data access and security, including healthcare, HIPAA, financial, GDPR, PCI DSS, government systems. These regulations often mandate strong authentication and authorization process to ensure that only authorized individual can access specific types of data. And preventing unauthorized access and insider threats are one of the key thing. Like without proper authentication, anyone can impersonate a legitimate user to gain access to restricted system. Insider threat, even authenticated users can pose a threat if they have unauthorized access due to improperly configured permissions or system flaws. Building user trust. User need to feel confident that their personal information is protected. Uh, these things like authentication and authorization help build this trust by ensuring their data is only accessible by authorized parties. If user believe their accounts and sensitive information are secure, they are more likely to engage with the system or service. And protecting organizational resource. Business rely on information systems for operations, customer management, financial transaction, and more. Effective authentication and authorization prevent unauthorized users from accessing business critical resources, protecting the organization from financial loss, fraud, or theft. Limiting damage in case of breach. If authorized user gain access to system, like unauthorized user gain access to system, authentication can and authorization can minimize the impact. Even if authentication is bypassed, proper authorization ensures that access is tightly controlled and damage can be contained. Like example, in the event of a breach, attackers might authenticate as legitimate user, but it will be limited by authorization rules, like access only to their personal data, not sensitive business information. Secure collaboration and adapting to involving threats are another things which where authentication and authorization matters. Like as a cyber threat evolve, organization must continuously adopt their authentication and authorization system. Implementing multi-factor authentication, regular permissions audits, and least privilege principle helps prevent unauthorized access even in the face of sophisticated attacks like phishing, credential stuffing, or brute force attacks. In real world, there are some examples like in online banking, authentication will be like username and password, and two-factor authentication will be used. And with that, role based access control also we use. Like a regular user can check their account balance, uh, transfer funds, and view their transaction history. However, they cannot access administrative settings such as alternating bank policies or viewing sensitive internal data. And transaction limits is also under like authorization. Even an authenticated user may only be authorized to transfer a certain amount of money per day based on security policies set by the bank. Under corporate network access, single sign-on and biometric authentication will be used. Like employee logs in once through their company SSO portal using their corporate credentials. This login grants them access to multiple internal system like email, HR portal, project management tools, and all. And they will be added to like maintain role based access control and least privileges. Like employees are granted access to system based on their roles. Like for instance, HR employee can access employer records and payroll system, while developer can access code repository but not HR data. And under cloud storage services, G Drive, Dropbox, and all. Again, username and password authentication will be used, and authorization like sharing permissions. Once authenticated, user can upload, download, and share files, but authorization controls what they can do while specific files. For instance, a user can view a document, but only someone with the right permission can edit or delete. And access control list, like file owner can define who can access their files. Under social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter, again, username, password, two-factor authentication will be used. Um, Authorization like privacy setting, once authenticated, users can control who sees their post. For example, they can make a post public, visible to friend only, or visible to specific groups. On social media platforms like Facebook, groups and pages may have admins who can manage content and members, while members like regular members can only post content and comment. So it also used in healthcare system, e-commerce website. Like the authentication will be like username and password or biometric authentication, and authorization again role based authorization like will happen. And audit things like sensitive actions such as access to patient records are logged to ensure uh, compliance with regulation. So government services like government specific permissions under authorization, like users can access and modify certain government services, but their permissions are restricted to the services for which they are authorized. Example, they can't access another citizen's tax filing or personal information. Usually, for all the real world examples, username, password, authentication method will be there. With that, either multi-factor authentication or biometric or OAuth integration will be there. So the best practices for authentication and authorization is using strong, unique password, implementing two-factor authentication for all sensitive accounts, regularly updating and reviewing role-based permissions, using encryption to protect sensitive authentication data, and implementing least privilege principle, grant only the minimum access required. So, to conclude, authentication and authorization are essential for maintaining security and privacy in digital system. Proper implementation of both ensures that only legitimate users can access resources and perform authorized action. Consistent review and update to security practice are necessary to stay ahead of potential threat. Thanks for watching.